Evolution is so funny in how it works. I used to get so bitter. I would join sales programs, and I was a big program buyer and course buyer. I would always get so jealous and bitter and furious because I would come in and, people would think I was evolving, but I wasn't. I was actually staying exactly where I was at. I was creating the perspective that I was evolving. So it was artificial evolution. It was manufactured evolution. It was to manipulate your perspective of me, to think that I was growing and doing better than I actually was, which really hurt me in the long run. But it was all a part of my evolution. It was part of my curriculum. So I don't regret it at all. I think that question is funny, by the way. I just thought of that. It's like, do you have any regrets? It's just like, if you do, you don't understand evolution. You don't understand the rules to this game, because you understand that everything that happened and couldn't have happened any other way, because it didn't. And if it could have, it would have, but it didn't. And it didn't because you chose for it to go that way. So it's like, any human who's like, I regret this, it's like, dude, you don't understand that you chose that. You quite literally don't understand that you chose that. And you're revealing that to me by saying that. You chose that. You only regret it because you're under the impression, you're not aware that you didn't choose that, but you did. But evolution is so funny in the way that it's I chose that. I chose to create artificial evolution. I chose to manipulate people's perspectives. I chose the circumstances that happened, that I went through, to make me feel the way I felt, to make me believe that I needed to have people perceive me in a way. Like, all of that I chose. And I'm so grateful for my curriculum now, because I wouldn't choose another curriculum. And it's so funny because growing up, I wanted to be like everyone else but myself. I would quite literally try to embody people. I would try to consume you. Like I would literally I would try to talk the way you talk. I would try to walk the way you walk. I would perceive you. And then I would, because of how I perceived you, I would want to become how I perceived you. I wanted to look at me the way I looked at you. That's a bar. And I wanted other people to look at me the way I looked at you. And I thought the only way to do that was to become you. Because I couldn't see a way of me looking at me and people looking at me the way I thought I was, the way I looked at me. But we're dropping some bars here. So evolution is so funny because I would, but it's so funny, by creating artificial intelligence, I would actually help other people evolve. Like, what sick fucking shit is that, yo? Like, what the fuck? Like, I was just pretending. You actually evolved? Bruh, what? How? I'm faking it. Like, what the fuck? And you evolved and but I faked it. How is it real for you? You know, and it would just fucking piss me off so fucking much. And then it would make me bitter. And I didn't realize I was literally creating my own evolution through artificial evolution. By me artificially creating evolution, like pretending that I was evolving, I actually created people to evolve, to show me where I haven't evolved so that I could evolve. Because it was literally me showing back to me. I chose this. Think about it. Stay with me here. Right? I would die if people looked at me a certain way. So I had to artificially create their perception. I had to do things that would create their perception. Right? I got very good at this. Like, very good. And this is why I got into pickup. This is why, I don't think this is why I got into pickup and sales. I think this is why I didn't even get into it. It got into me. Like, I was going to find it because of the frequency I was on. And the way I just looked at the world. Those were two perfect areas where I could really just take that to the extreme. You know what I'm saying? You can come, but I'm filming a video. You can come, just let me finish this video real quick, okay? Okay. You can come. You can come. I just want to finish this video, and then I'll talk to you. So, what was I saying? What was I saying, guys? What was I saying, chat? Why I got into sales? Oh, so I would literally then create the thing that I couldn't handle, which was them looking like, and they didn't even look at me that way. I thought they were going to look at me that way, and I was afraid of it. So I would have to leave. I would have to do something to get away from it because I didn't know how to change it. So by faking my own evolution, I would actually create evolution in others that would then shine. Since they evolved, their perspective was now changing me, right? So look at it like that. I'm here, you're here, okay? I create artificial evolution. I don't really evolve, I just make it look like it. You actually evolve from that, and then by you moving, you are now looking at me through a different perspective, which then highlights where I'm not okay. Because I was okay here while you were here. You're like, oh fuck, Paul's doing so good. So I could tell that you were looking at me like this, right? But then you actually went like that, for real. You actually evolved, and I was like, oh fuck. And then it just did that over and over, like my whole career, my whole life. And it's just, evolution is so funny. Even if you fake it, it's like, it can actually help other people evolve to show you where you haven't. And it's just like, man, you just can't, that's why I love, evolution is my religion. Enlightenment is my religion. The men who evolve, you know, the woman who evolve, the men who enlighten, right? The woman who enlighten. Those are my, whatever you call people that are in the same religion as you. Because that is my religion. Evolution, enlightenment. It is not to any God. It is not to any person, right? And this is why I can take on multiple gods or prophets, is because if you were a prophet of evolution, if you were a prophet of enlightenment, then I'm on the same team as you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's my religion. Evolution, enlightenment. That's what I subscribe to. And I don't need a church for that. I am quite literally going to dedicate my life, and dedicating my life to how do you turn life into church? It's like I want to take the abstract and make it not abstract, or not make it not abstract, but take the abstract and be able to describe it, put language to it, put words to it, so that you can understand it, and it's no longer as abstract as it used to be, right? I want to put words to the abstractness, like the theory of relativity. I want to do that, but instead of outside, I want to do that for the inside. It's like, okay, so here's this circumstance that's triggering this unconscious perception, that's triggering this conscious reaction. It's like, that's part one of it, right? Circumstance happens, and 99% of the people are like, oh, circumstance, conscious reaction. And they think that it's A to B, but they're missing the actual B. Because it's A is the circumstance, B is the unconscious perception that gets triggered that causes the conscious reaction, which is C. So you have A, B, and C. So the circumstance doesn't cause anything. Circumstances are perceptionless. Like they're sorry, not perceptionless, that we put perceptions on them. But they're perceptionless as in they can't have a perception of their own. They can't have a perception without us. Okay? But we are under the illusion. Hold on, I'm making a video, yeah. No, you're fine. They're under the illusion that it's circumstance. I don't know how you're sitting in that sun like that. You're not getting baked? Oh, I can't sit in the sun that long. I'll get baked. Maybe it's because I fast all day. So, dry fast. When you're on a juice fast, you can go in the sun all day, every day. But when you're dry fasting, it can really like burn you. That was a good sigh. That was a good breath. So you have A, the circumstance, B, the unconscious perception, which is why people aren't aware of it, because it's unconscious, they're not aware. So they just think it's A, B, and they think the circumstance is causing the reaction. They think the circumstance is the cause and the reaction is the effect. And this is just not incorrect. This is the illusion of life, which I'm trying to break down. So far what I've broken down is that it's A, circumstance, B, wow, that really focused. That was really good job, camera, wow. A, circumstance, B, unconscious perception, C, conscious reaction. Please comment if you do not agree with this. I want it to be tested. I want people to disagree with it, and because you will show me new perspectives. And I don't think progress happens from talking to people that agree with you. I think alignment can happen, and that can breed more alignment. But I think true theories, at least the best ones, are to be challenged under the most extreme form of scrutiny in a respectful and polite way. of course. But I want it to be proven wrong, because if it is wrong, I want to be wrong. I don't want to be right if it is wrong. So please, if you have any comments, if you want to have a conversation about this, please comment. We can hop on a call. We can, maybe this can turn into a Discord server kind of thing where we have conversations. We have a podcast, a community podcast about this, every week, once an hour. That would be really cool. I think that would really help me, in my journey in creating a theory for people to evolve and people to enlighten themselves. And I would absolutely love, humanity's contribution to that, because I don't think I can get there without it. I think I can get there on my own, but in terms of being able to describe it and create a manual for the masses to follow, I won't be able to do that without you guys. Because if I do this whole journey on my own, which is kind of the beef that I have with mystics, is that I feel like, and maybe it's an incorrect beef. It's like, dude, they didn't have fucking, smartphones. Rumi might have been in the desert just fucking popping out vlogs every day, if he had the opportunity to, and I mean, really, he quoted a shit ton. So maybe that's what he was trying to do. But I feel like another thing with the mystics is that they go about it in a non-scientific way. They just give you scripts. They just, any word is just a poor translation of God. God is silence, or whatever the quote is, right? It's just like, that's cool, profound, wise, and it really clicks when you get to the level that they got at in terms of perception, because now it's like, okay, that's where it came from. It's like, well, how did he say that? And it's just like, well, as I'm on this journey and I start to go, and go get less and less of me, I start to see what these people were saying, and I'm like, oh, I would have said that too. Right? So it's like, I feel like a lot of people, especially the term profoundness, they relate to exclusively like an individual. And it's just like, well, no, it's not who they are. And that's why they said that. Like, it's not, like, profoundness is not exclusive to, like, that level of profoundness is not exclusive to him and him only, exclusively. Like, it's not because he is who he is. And I feel like that's another illusion. It's like, if you were on the journey he was on, you would say the same things. You would quite literally produce the same language, right, from the perception. Or we could argue for mystics, in this case in point, a lack of perception, because I think that's kind of the whole, you're just dissolving your perceptions until there's no perception of you left. But yeah, we'll stop it there. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.